Right, guys, thanks for joining me and welcome to this prediction video for World Cup 2026. The last group game matches for the first six groups that are there. We're going to start right at the top, starting with the first team playing Wednesday evening. And the first team is going to be this Group B match between Switzerland and Canada. I have gone for Canada to win 3-2. They're going to beat Switzerland 3-2, in my opinion. I don't know how realistic that is because I've been slightly disappointed in how the Swiss have put together their results. They play well in patches, but they just do not finish the business, do they? But I feel like Canada, being one of the hosts, they really turn up and they have recruited very well for their team. So definitely advantage Canada for me. And then the other match in the group is Bosnia versus Qatar. I've gone for Bosnia to win that 2-1. So if the results go as I have said, it will mean that Canada finished the group with 7 points, Bosnia and Switzerland both with 4 points, and Qatar with 1. So basically Canada going through, then we'll have to decide who comes second or third between Bosnia and Switzerland. That is going to be a bit of a calculator issue to see who goes into the last round of 32. So the next matches are going to be the matches in Group C, where we see Scotland versus Brazil and Morocco versus Haiti. For Scotland versus Brazil, guys, my Scottish friends, I have gone for Brazil to do the job this evening. I feel like Brazil, despite not, like they've got a bit too much attacking power, and I feel like they are just building this. One of those teams who are just going to get more and more convincing as the time goes. So I have gone for Brazil to beat Scotland. Morocco versus Haiti, we've already seen Morocco's, ability. I feel like Morocco are going to absolutely wipe the floor with Haiti. They're going to be able to get that 3 points. And I've gone for Morocco to win 3-0 or 3-1. Against Haiti, Brazil to beat Scotland 3-0. I don't know where the goal is going to come from Scotland. It's possible they might score, but let's be honest, they're just not on the same playing field. So if those results go like I have said, Brazil and Morocco will top the group both with 7 points. Depending on the margins, it depends on the margins, but that is what is going to decide who's first and second and who will face who and who. We're going to find out later. That means that Haiti will finish the group with 3 points with a chance of going to next 32, depending on the other results in the other matches. And I've got a feeling Scotland are going to finish bottom of the pile for this one, truthfully. The next matches that are coming up are going to be these Mexico versus Czechia and South Africa versus Korea, and this is Group A. Now, I have gone for Mexico to narrowly beat Czechia, which are the Czech Republic to you and me. 2-1 to Mexico. I think as one of the other hosts, they have really acquitted themselves really well. They're managing to get the results, and I think they're going to do it again. South Korea versus South Africa, on the other hand, I've gone for South Korea to beat South Africa 2-1. What South Africa can't deal with is that pacey kind of play, the sharp passes, the agility, as well as just their commitment. For me, is sass. I really enjoyed the way they played in their last match against Czech Republic. They managed to get a draw. And yeah, it was pretty good, but I feel like the South Koreans' movement is just way too crisp, and they might struggle to basically maintain that momentum. Is going to be difficult for them. So if it's actually goes like that, it will mean that Mexico finished the group with 9 points, South Korea finished the group with 6 points, and both South Africa and Czech Republic finished the group with 1 point. That would probably eliminate them completely from the tournament. The other group we should be looking at now, and remember, I'm not going at groups, I'm going about, just the way they are being shown and televised. So let us have a look at this group with the Germans in, which is Group E. Now, Ecuador versus Germany, I have gone for Germany to win 3-1. I don't think I need to explain that very well. Yeah, they did struggle with Ivory Coast, only scoring late in the match, but the Ivory Coast team were really, really let them get away with so much. They should have been well out of basically Germany needed to be to dig in, and they took their chances. They waited for the opportunity to come, and they took it in the end. So Ivory Coast really let us down. Nadingra, you should be ashamed of yourself, bro. But regardless, Germany, I feel, are going to beat Ecuador. They're stronger sides, way too organized. I think Ecuador will be a huge challenge, but I just feel like the Germans have got a better team for the group stages, and they'll do the job. Then we've got Ivory Coast versus Curacao, who have made a name for themselves in this tournament. Their keeper is pretty amazing. But I have gone for Ivory Coast to actually get the job done in this matchup, because I feel like they let themselves down in the match before, and people like Diamande, Adingra are going to absolutely try to make up for that. So I have gone for Ivory Coast to win this 2-1. So if this goes, as I've said, with a German win as well as an Ivory Coast win, it will mean that Germany finished the group top with 9. Ivory Coast finished the group with 6 in second place, and both Curacao and Ecuador with a point each. Wish me luck. Wish me luck with that one. I'm not 100% sure that makes too much sense. Right. So the next group we are going to go into is this group with Netherlands, Japan, Sweden, and Tunisia. So this is how I think the games are going to end. I feel like Tunisia are going to really struggle again. And Netherlands, who basically went riot in their last match, beating Sweden 5-1 or something like that. I feel the Netherlands are going to beat Tunisia 3-1. Have Renard has had a chance now to get these boys, together. I feel is going to make them play a little bit better defensively, because Havrena can do that. Otherwise, it's going to be a tough ask for them still, but the Netherlands should come through with a win there. 3-1, in my opinion. Japan versus Sweden, I have gone for 2-2. My first draw in this round. I feel like the Japanese are really good. The Swedes really got taken apart by the Netherlands, so they are going to be more deliberate, more structured. But I wanted to go for Japan because I do have a bias towards the Asian sides, because I find that style of play can unlock a lot and open up games, giving you this impression that the game is open when it's not, and they take advantage. But I've gone for a draw. Don't ask me why, because I'm not sure I understand why I've done it anyway. But if it goes the way I've said, with Japan winning as well as Netherlands, it will look like this. Netherlands will finish top with 7. Japan will finish second with 5. Sweden will finish third with 4 points. And Tunisia are going to be going home with absolutely nothing to show for their efforts. Then we've got this other group with Paraguay versus Australia, as well as Turkey versus the United States of America. That is Group D. So Group D predictions are going like this. Australia versus Paraguay. I've gone for a Paraguay win. I think they're going to win 2-1. And I feel like the United States might go in and win 2-1 as well. It could be 3, because we have seen how they move. I'm not sure how they're going to do when they go into the knockout stages, if they're going to be able to maintain that kind of play and momentum when the games get grittier, the team starts basically bonding better. I don't know how they're going to do when it comes to it. But if this is how the games go between these two matchups, where Paraguay and the United States win, this is how they will be, and they'll end up looking on the table. The United States will finish top with 9 points. Paraguay will finish second with 6 points, and Australia will have 3 points, and Turkey will be going home with 0, which is crazy, because I thought they were going to do a lot better than they have done in this tournament. But somehow, despite their sort of reputation, they just haven't managed to put out a team this season that can do the job. So guys, those are my predictions for the World Cup results for the next 6 games. The next 6 groups that are going to happen over the next few days. They're all playing at the same time, so 2 at the same time every both all the groups are going to be playing at the same time for obvious reasons. We don't want to hear stories about favoritism and whatever. So this is how it's going to be. Let me know what you think about those predictions. Let me know what you think about those predictions, and then we'll go from there. Thank you for joining me. Please do not forget to like us, to subscribe to the channels. Thank you so much. Bye bye.